your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good thing to say? I dabbled in stand-up for something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Ooh, welcome to Mayor in the Morning. It's morning. It's Mayor. How is everybody? It's Wednesday, March 8th. Am I competing with the quartering right now? So much competition for your morning attention. No, it's all good. The only competition you have is yourself, boys and girls. Woo! Oh my goodness. It's Wednesday. We got a busy day today. I'm interviewing Sovereign Bra, aka Chase, at 5 o'clock today. He's gone pretty viral recently. He's the guy that famously said on the Whatever podcast, he was like, someone asked him, would you rather be with the oldest woman on the planet or like a hot trans woman? And he was like, the oldest woman. I would pick the oldest woman because then that would mean I'm not gay. So I'm going to get into some stuff with him. Yeah, send me whatever questions you want me to ask the Sovereign Bra. And gosh, I have somebody else today too at 9. The problem with me is I have Allie Ray. I have Allie Ray at 9 o'clock. And I'm really excited about that one because we're going to be, I guess she's dabbling in like beer tasting now. So she had me buy a bunch of artisanal beers and we're going to like try them and she's going to go through them with me. And I'm not really a beer girl. And honestly, beer is sort of like forbidden for me right now because I'm doing keto, but I will make an exception for her because she's cute and everyone loves Allie Ray. Allie Ray, if you don't remember her, she was the girl who went viral over the lockdowns, or actually, yeah, I think it was during the lockdowns that she left her, God, or maybe it was before, she left her very profitable nursing job because she made more on OnlyFans and her coworkers were kind of shaming her and kind of like reporting her for being too hot. You know, these are just first world problems, but she's a cool gal. I like her a lot. I'm shaped like a beer girl. That's funny. That's funny, guys. Yeah, I did see, yeah. The internet is a crazy place today. I was going to do an article about TikTok. Like it was on the New York Post and it was saying, this person was like, I pretended to be a 14-year-old boy and just scrolled TikTok as a 14-year-old and the things. I was going to cover it, but I'm like, no, this is like really depressing. And TikTok is trash. We don't need articles to tell us that TikTok is trash. There's no reason why anybody should be on it. Don't have your kids on it. Have them read a book. Even like playing video games is better than being on TikTok, in my opinion. Here's what I think they're trying to do with TikTok. You know, I think there were certain forces that wanted to keep down like the Black population. Like I think certain propaganda or certain music or whatever, maybe it's like, who knows? I'm not blaming the police, but I think there are many forces at work to try to ruin this country and weaken men. And I think that TikTok is like brain rot for kids. I think they're targeting like young men so that they don't become like strong, capable men. I should do a video on it. I have feelings. I feel like they want to make us a slave to our impulses, a slave to our desires. Yo, delayed gratification is where it's at. So I think TikTok is all about just going with your impulses. Okay, let me talk about Some things. I'm laughing so hard at Holly Hendricks. She was the adult film star who came onto my Compound Media show on Monday, which is called Wet Spot. You should tune in if you haven't already. But she's been retweeting. She retweeted the photos, which is great. And then I think I can show some of this video until the end when she shows her booty, but she said, "Eat my ass." Ah, this is so funny to me. This is the video she took.
Great video.
I love us. Oh my god.
Say hi, everyone.
Her and Cecil were really hitting it
Where
off.
are we? We're at the Wet Spot at Compound Media, NYC. The Wet Spot. The Wet Spot?
Okay, that's enough. She's fun. She's even retweeting this guy Evil Sam who makes our photos look bad. And then she's like, "Who ate my ass last night?" This is the best picture. This is the couple from Boston who came in. They're like, "Oh, we've always wanted to come to Compound Media." And they come on the night that we have Holly getting her ass eaten. Oops. But a range of emotions you can see here. Shock, delight, everything. It's a good time. But Holly's a really good sport. Anyway, I'm afraid to scroll more of her account. You guys all have access to Twitter. You can see what she's up to. Okay. I cannot believe they're doing a woke remake of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I kind of can believe it. Okay, boom. Wow, this just came out a couple days ago. Okay. First trailer for Seth Rogen's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why does this even need to be remade? I don't know. Mutant Mayhem introduces another race-swapped April O'Neil. What would be the purpose of race-swapping April O'Neil? It seems that a new racial status quo has been put in place on the ooze-covered streets of Manhattan, as for the second time, as in many reboots, the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem animated film will feature another race-swapped version of the Turtles' most trusted ally, April O'Neil. Ooh, it comes out in August. Oh, anti-white activist Seth Rogen brags about telling people to go F themselves as he calls critics of Santa Inc. white supremacists. Okay, and now he's doing it. I guess he's leaning in with this film. It's out already. What do I know? Released on March 6th, the first trailer for Seth Rogen's take on the ever butt-kicking heroes opens with a short montage of various New York locales, including the Upper New York Bay skyline, the Manhattan Bridge, and an unspecified street view before cutting to a still shot of a generic city manhole cover. Amidst these establishing shots, a text crawl informs the audience that the film from permanent teenager Seth Rogen will see a new generation of heroes will rise straight from the sewer. Ooh. I'm going to scroll to the part where they have April come out. Are you guys at all interested in seeing this? Why do we need more? What was wrong with the existing one? Okay, so this is kind of like a kookier. The turtles have braces. Oh, Splinter is he seems more youthful to me. This seems like a Splinter without back problems. I kind of like the style of this. Oh, and there's race swapped April O'Neil. What does she have to say? Let's see.
You were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
Mystery goo. That's a jizz joke. Suddenly, the aforementioned manhole blows sky high, a side effect of the turtles emerging in quick succession from their subterranean home. Making their way to a nearby rooftop, the turtles are then seen attempting to film a cell phone video of Raphael, Brady Noon, the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, using Leonardo's katanas to slice open a watermelon. Watermelon, eh? Upon successfully cutting it in half, a la Metal Gear Rising, are they race swapping the turtles by making them eat watermelon? Is that what's happening here? Raphael then proposes, let's try that again, but with ninja stars. And while Donatello, played by Mika Abbey from Cousins for Life, and Michelangelo, played by Shimon Brown Jr. from the Chi, initially react to the idea with glee. Leonardo, which is played by Nicholas Catanu from Nicholas Cantu from The Walking Dead World Beyond, can be seen beyond them with a questioning look on his face. The latter is soon taken aback upon discovering that he would have to be the one to hold the target for his brother. So they're sort of like a younger, rounder turtles. This prompts Mikey to sarcastically complain, hey, why don't we take a fruit shaped exactly like my head? Stop talking, you're ruining my concentration, chastises Raphael in turn, with Donatello adding, you're fine, chill, before commenting under his breath, he's going to die. Okay. Kind of like, the style is cute, but again, they're probably going to ruin it with being woke and doing virtue signaling. Proceeding to let loose his ninja star, Raphael successfully misses Mikey's head and slices right through the melon, only for his weapon to overshoot, fly off the roof, and cause unseen chaos on the streets below. In turn, Leonardo rushes past his brothers, frantically asking, wait, did you hear that? What was that? The trailer then cuts to show the four brothers gazing down at the scene below with looks of fear and dread scrawled upon their faces, at which time Raph attempts to playfully exit stage left by suggesting, well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab some pizza? I had an ex-boyfriend named Raphael, so every time I see that name, I chuckle, and I'm reminded of the time I was broken up with over Skype. From there, the short preview cuts to to present a second montage, this time of the film's core cast, including the titular turtles and their father, Master Splinter, played by Jackie Chan from the Lego. I mean, do you really need this credit to know who Jackie Chan is? A group of random thugs, one of whom questions, what the heck are those things? To which one of his partners quips back, they look like little Shreks to me. Did they run out of time drawing these guys? I could draw better than this. The towering Bebop, played by Seth Rogan, and Rocksteady, played by John Cena, both of whom are shown grooving to tunes on their classic boombox. Aw, I liked these characters. And finally, a black-skinned, red-dreaded, and bespeckled April O'Neil, played by Ayo Adibri. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Black chicks with red hair are really becoming popular, and I'm going to say it makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel like my people are being culture appropriated is what I want to say. As the trailer's main video comes to a close, Leonardo can be heard saying, we've prepared our whole lives for this, before ending on a slapstick comedy scene wherein Raphael drops his sice. What's a sice? And watches, it's probably a weapon, watches as they bounce around the room before ultimately ending its chaotic journey lodged inside of Donatello's leg. Oh God, I'm going to be sick, responds Leonardo as his brother proceeds to shriek and scream. Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding? Mikey inquires, only to be met with a panicked screech of, it's still in my leg, from Donatello, and a warning of Mikey, watch out, from Leonardo, as a flying canister of gas makes its way in their direction. Finally, the trailer concludes proper with an end stinger featuring April O'Neil, who appears to be depicted as more short and stout than her previous incarnations, i.e., they made her not hot, attempting to take notes regarding the turtles' origins. So you were baby turtles who made contact with Mystery Goo, she recaps to her new friends, only for them to interrupt with Marvel-esque ad-lib banter regarding their preference for the term ooze. It's just like it rolls off the tongue better. Ooze, ooze. It's nice, right? The four brothers collectively reply, each talking over each other. Ooze over goo. As noted above, Mutant Mayhem's race swapping of April, the second time in recent years that the intrepid reporter's character has undergone such a revision. In the Turtles 2018-2020 animated outing for Nickelodeon, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, April was similarly reimagined as a teenage, quick to quip, black girl, though rather than a reporter, this version was portrayed as a fighter on par with the turtles themselves. She seems sassy. Notably, though, many defenders of April's race swapping in both Rise and Mutant Mayhems have long attempted to claim that she was initially depicted as black in Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book series. This is nothing more than a misconception that has taken on a life of its own. Making her public debut in the second issue of the franchise's flagship title, April was originally depicted with straight hair and a fairly light complexion, especially compared to what of actual confirmed black character Dr. Baxter Stockman, who was depicted by Laird with an explicitly dark skin tone. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't say... I guess you could go either way. But I don't know. She doesn't look black there to me. But what do I know? I'm not a nerd. Then 2 issues later, April would undergo a slight makeover, suddenly deciding to get her hair permed, as was a widely popular fashion choice during the 80s. This change, combined with the black and white nature of the book's art, led many to misinterpret the Turtles' longtime friend as a black woman. Oh, because she got the perm. I don't think... I guess you could go either way. However, as the years went on and the trends changed, 1989 would ultimately see April return to her original straight hair style in the series' 28th issue. Oh, okay. And here I would say she looks white here. A favorite citation regularly raised by those who believe April was originally intended to be black is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1, Number 32, Egyptian Adventure, as in the second printing of the issue. She was explicitly depicted as a black woman. Yet, what many do not realize is that this issue was not produced by the Turtles' creators, but rather by underground comic artist Mark Baudet. Interesting. Produced during a period when Mirage was allowing other creators to play with Eastman and Laird's toys, the stories published as part of this idea are considered non-canon. I like the drawings of the turtles, though. Interesting. Further, this mistake was corrected long ago, and all subsequent reprints of the story have consistently portrayed April with white skin. Okay, here she could even be Latinx. Yet, perhaps the strongest evidence against April being originally intended as a black character is that her creators have long and regularly denied that she was conceived as such. In his 2002 series retrospective, Eastman noted that April was originally created as an Asian character in Pete Laird's notes, but named after an African-American woman I once knew. The character of April O'Neil was introduced in issue 2 and would have had a bunch of different looks throughout the TMNT history. Wow, so she was Asian. Asked by a fan for clarification on the subject in 2009, Laird would speculate that the answer of April's race depends on which co-creator of the TMNT you ask. If you ask me, I always saw April O'Neil as white, he said. If you ask Kevin, I suspect he would say, as he has in a number of interviews, that she was of mixed race, much like his former girlfriend and then wife, April. Oh, okay. So you want to kind of like make it after your wife. That's cute. And in 2013, after once again being approached about the topic on his personal blog, Laird would reaffirm that he has always imagined her as white and very likely of Irish, Scottish, English ancestry. Yeah, because didn't she have red hair? Kevin may have had a different view, and I can't speak for him, but that's the way I always saw her, he explained. As for the coloring of her skin in the color reprints of the Mirage comics, referring to the discussion surrounding the above issue number 32, Kevin always had a lot more input on that end of our business than I did, and in fact, I'm pretty sure he did the colors on the initial such reprinting from First Comics, the one in graphic novel form. Make of that what you will. Interesting. Yeah, she just looks like very 80s permed to me. Could go either way. Ultimately, though the two appear to be entirely unsure of just what exact inspirations the other looked to when creating April. It both seems they both agree that she was a white character whose name and appearance took some cues from Eastman's first wife, April Fisher. Of course, April's new racial identity comes as no surprise given that the film's creator, Rogan, outright declared that he was attempting to help diversify the Hollywood machine by just actively trying to make less things starring white people. Well, why didn't he make the turtles darker? Like, are there black or brown turtles or a tortoise? Special diversity. And if I'm succeeding or if I'm not, I'm very much looking to have a far more diverse group of writers and directors and actors that we generally work with, because that group is not incredibly diverse, he told Entertainment Weekly's Leah Greenblatt in August 2020. So that's how I've been trying to deal with it. Just actively take, as they would say, anti-racist measures to assure that some work is being done to acknowledge that Black people are very marginalized in American society. Are they, though? Interesting. My biggest problem is, sure, race swap if you must, but at least keep her hot. Like, she's not hot here. Like, where's the body? Where's the face? Come on. Give me something to look at. So this has been, so because of that, I've read that article to give you guys context. Ethan Van Skyvert recently tweeted, I approve this redesign of April O'Neil. And these are, I guess, pinup shots from Kristen Lene, who I think is an OnlyFans or cosplayer gal. And like, I thought this was Amaranth at first. I was shocked. I'm like, this is great. This is what I think of when I think of April O'Neil. I mean, maybe not so much with her boobs out, but the look. And okay, that's underwear. I like that it matches. I think that's cute. So Ethan Van Skyver tweeted this out, I guess 2 days ago. And Kristen Lene responded, "This is my cosplay with David Love Photog." She tagged him. That was nice. "You look great. Terrific job. Is it okay that I shared it?" I mean, you already shared it. Of course. Good rule of thumb is to at least post a follow-up tweet with a credit to the model and photographer. Just common courtesy. All right. Well, he did that. I mean, he probably didn't know who it was at first. Yeah, this is April. This is classic April. She's got a strange either head shape or hair shape here. I've never loved like this bump. Maybe it was poofed or coiffed up or something. Like a Bridget Bardot, like teased at the top kind of look. Like, that's my only issue with this. It looks like she's gonna find the secret of the ooze. Surely, is this for real? Is that a real screenshot? Oh my god, this better not be porn. Oh my god. It's a porn inception. That's a cute outfit. She's supposed to be a teen, right? Really? Okay, Ethan says no. This version is 28 years old. I wonder if yeah. I was just going to say, was she trying to do this? Of course. Like, how do you not? That's got to be on purpose. Go to horny jail bunk. I love that gif. I think that's really funny. And then so Kristen responds, "My April photo shoot is suddenly being posted all over Twitter, uncredited. I'm thinking about bringing her back and shooting new stuff. Go for it." Oh my god, and it's trending today. Unpopular opinion, uncredited is better for you because with stating that, people would be less inclined to check you out. If they don't know, then they will be trying to make more traffic around your name. Yeah, it usually bums me a bit overall, but I can't complain about free promotion. And luckily, at least one person knows and will tag me in the replies for others to see. Ethan, sorry about not crediting you, but terrific job. And I hope you get a lot of new fans. Thanks for being cool about it. Aw, that's cute. It's just part of this larger trend that Hollywood seems to be doing, is by taking out all femininity, all any kind of sexuality out of a female character. I mean, look what they're doing to Nebula. Is that her name from Guardians of the Galaxy? Completely like widened out her waist and made her look like a freaking refrigerator. I think they're trying to like trans her, I guess. I guess that's the theory. Because she's part robot anyway to begin with. The transhumanist agenda. But yeah. Congrats to Kristen Lene. Cosplayers are always going to be beloved. What do you guys think? Do you care about the race swapping? I do have a yellow jacket from when I played Greta Thunberg. I bought it from Target. It was when I went out to Dallas to do Slightly Offensive when Elijah was still at the Blaze. And I remember I went to Target and I went to like the kids section basically to buy this jacket. It was like a yellow Al Roker-esque style rain jacket because I think at the time Greta was wearing this yellow rain jacket, so I just bought it from there. And it's like, because they don't sell yellow rain jackets for adults, by the way, unless you go to like an LL Bean or something. But in Target, no. So I had to go to the kids section, and kids clothes. I don't know if you guys are trying on kids clothes. Probably, hopefully not. But they're not made for like anybody with a waist or hips. They're very like straight up and down. So like I put it up to here, like my waist, and then I could zip it up, but I couldn't like pull it all the way down. But it didn't matter because I was just sitting down doing like the Greta Thunberg character. The point is, I meant to return the jacket right away as soon as I was done. This was like last September, and I have it in a bag. Like I'll return it to Target. No, I suck at returning things. It's all kind of just out in the next room in bags, and it's probably officially too late to return any of it. Are you guys bad at that too? Like even last summer, I bought like 10 bikinis because I was like, this will be the summer I find a bikini. So I bought all these bikinis from like Amazon and Cupshe or whatever. And I just was like, one of these is going to look good. And I just forgot to return the other like 9 or 10. So I'm going to have to start giving them to friends, I think. Is that weird? They're completely brand new. If anybody here wants a bikini and they're like a size, I don't know, 4 or 6, hit me up. Summer is coming though. Maybe I'll give one to like, I don't know, my bridal party or something. What do you think? You do all these, like when you're doing a wedding, you have all these websites that give you checklists of things you should be doing like month by month. And they're like, oh, don't forget to buy gifts for everybody in the bridal party. I'm like, what do you even get people? I don't know. Everyone's getting a Hitachi magic wand. Yeah, that'd be funny. I feel like, what am I going to do with this? Slightly soiled? No. And that's the thing is sometimes it could fit you okay size-wise. It could be like actually big enough, but like the cut of it is not good. Like I'll buy the bottoms bigger just because like I don't want it to like cut into my hips and then you look fatter than you are. You guys did not come to talk about bathing suits. Okay. We came to talk about race swapped April O'Neil. Okay, if you're going to race swap, at least keep her good looking. Is that so much to ask? But I don't believe, like, what's the point in race swapping other than literally just Seth Rogen getting attention for race swapping? It's a virtue signal. He's like, look at me. I need to stay relevant in Hollywood because I did the race swapping. Oh, I forgot to read the comments. Let me go back to this Bounding into Comics article. I wish they would go all the way and let some other animals, dolphins, emus, porcupines, etc., play the turtles just so we get some animal diversity. It's funny. Of course they did. People need to keep permanent teenager Seth Rogen away from these properties. Peter Pan works because he's an eternal boy, not an aging hipster who still pretends to be a child. It's a subtle difference, but I don't think Seth Rogen can get it. The live adaptation to TMNT from the early 90s was good enough for me. Any further delineation from the original is null and void in my mind. At this point, this is more expected than surprising. True. Wow, I see his name, I tune out. Honestly, same. My question is, when did Mikey get braces? Did Splinter used to be an orthodontist before he was turned into a rat? Aren't they supposed to be secretive ninjas hiding from the outside world? Do they hire people who care about logistical inconsistencies in Hollywood anymore? I mean, it probably has zero bearing in the story that they're trying to tell, but it totally breaks their world. Yeah, the turtles are not getting braces. That means he has to go for monthly monthly appointments. I had braces in college, by the way, which is the worst time to have braces. Once upon a time, Adam Sandler cranked out a whole lot of movies, which were thinly veiled excuses for he and his friends to hang out, be silly, and enjoy luxurious surroundings. Now, Seth Rogen joins the modern version, crank out an endless parade of movies as thinly veiled excuses to pander to people who aren't interested on behalf of people who don't need the help of white leftists. Yes, Eric Travis. I mean, wouldn't that be so condescending? I just think it's kind of insulting. Watch the trailer. Yikes, it's pretty obvious who their target audience is, but wow, that was bad. As a longtime TMNT fan, I have absolutely no desire to watch this. The voice acting is bad, the dialogue is mind-numbingly stupid, and the art and color palette makes my brain hurt. I don't know what kind of art style they're going for. I thought it was claymation at a glance, which would have been more impressive if they did that. That could have been cool, yeah. They should have stayed a robot chicken scene. This should have stayed a rejected robot chicken scene. I expect this to be just as good as that Santa show that he and Sarah Silverman vomited out. Seth Rogen is good at giving us things that belong in the sewer because they've been flushed away. Oh, snap. Yeah. The race swap was enough, but giving her the proportions of Danny DeVito is downright insulting. It is, ma'am. I agree. Just come on. Why take away her hotness? They attack children and culture because they are cowards. It's very condescending to listen to white leftists tell others how pathetic I am without them putting up guardrails for me. Yeah. It's really unnecessary. They should just focus on doing good work. But they're very out of touch with the average person. I think that's why they're really obsessing about race and sexuality. I think overall, like, leftists are pretty out of touch. Hot take. Okay. Oh, I forgot to go over my shows, guys. We got dates. The Vegas tickets are selling. I was very excited to see that. Okay, y'all. I'll be in Connecticut. That's Bridgeport. Not Fairfield. I went to college, which is a fancy place. It's a fancy county. Bridgeport is like real ass people. I'll be at the Bridgeport Stress Factory on Thursday, March 23rd with Keanu Thompson opening for me. Then we got a show in New York City, 2 shows in New York City. Saturday, March 25th at the Grizzly Pear, Midtown on West 54th Street. That's 8 and 10 o'clock. Gino Bisconti will be hosting. Keanu's doing a spot. Andrew Harms is doing a spot. So if you're a fan of Compound Media, come out Saturday, March 25th to the Grizzly Pear in Midtown. Then I'm headlining the Reef in Staten Island at Paradise Island Friday, April 7th. The following Saturday, April 8th, I'll be in Jersey headlining in Morris Plains, Tiff's Ale House, also known as a dojo of comedy. They got really strong Cosmos, really good chicken salads. Other food is good too there. Then I'm headlining in Vegas Thursday, April 27th. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Wow, I can't believe I muted it in time. That's never happened. I usually just sneeze right into the microphone. Okay. Then we got Vegas at the end of April. the Friday Night Tights Geeks and Gamers meetup. It's going to be Wednesday, April 26th at the Phantom Menace bar. Then we got my show the next day, Thursday, April 27th at the Space. Lila Hart will be opening for me, and I'm working on a host and maybe another guest spot for that show in Vegas. But get your tickets now. They are selling. And if it sells well, they'll let me do a late show, which is always fun. Then I'm heading to Dallas right after Vegas. I'll be at the Blaze that first week of May, doing Alex Stein's show. Then I'll be headlining Hyenas in Dallas Friday, May 5th and Saturday, May 6th. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Get your tickets. I'm getting really good with this mute button. Get your tickets. Lila Hart's going to be opening for me at these shows, and Alex Stein's going to be doing a spot where he can on whatever shows he wants. Then I'll be going to Richmond, Virginia, Wednesday, August 9th to headline the Sandman Comedy Club. Then we got Anime Matsuri, August 10th through August 13th in Houston. Simcast will be there doing a panel and a booth. And I'm headlining that Friday, that same weekend in Houston at the Secret Group. 7 o'clock show, nice and early. It starts right after the convention is over for the day on Friday. Come to the show, and then we can go out and keep drinking afterwards. Get your tickets now if you know you'll be at these conventions. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. And please continue to tag whatever clubs that are near you that you want me to perform at, because that's how I get ideas. Like that Elks Lodge show. Shout out to Adam Choi. That was just, he messaged me on Instagram, and that's how that show happened. That's how we got to do these shows sometimes. When you don't have management, you just have to use your friends and be like, who has a venue? Who has chairs? Okay, let's do it. Sometimes it's more fun that way. Oh, what's up, Master Austin? Speaking of California, Master Austin, you were at the Pasadena shows, right? Thank you for the super sticker. Or no, were you in San Diego? You were at one of them. Yellow Flash! Is it evening for you? I'll send you a link. I don't know if you're bored and you want to jump on. Whoops. Okay. Do 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 do. I think YouTube is being pretty gay lately. I think they're starting to censor a lot of this January 6th footage. I think they're trying to use the same oh, it's graphic violence or whatever BS. Let's see. Yeah, I think Mersh got a couple of videos taken down for what, misinformation or disinformation. And then I was just talking to, Artie Media got a bunch of videos taken down for some bullshit. So I don't know. I hate this feeling oh, we have to be careful. Okay, this is what Artie Media. Shout out to Artie Media. Artie Media _. I'm going to show this image because this is just what you sent me of what videos of his got taken down. Community guideline strikes. January 6th, footage released proves Democrats wrong. That was labeled for misinformation. And then a strike, December 30th, judge who signed warrant from Mar-a-Lago linked to Epstein. And he got hit on that for community guidelines. So is it the video being shown or is it his commentary? All the more reason to sync everything up to Rumble and Odyssey. I wonder if the powers that be are telling YouTube, really start censoring people on January 6th now that all this footage is being released. So Tucker Carlson got, what's his face? what's his face to give him the footage. What's his name? Who gave him the footage? By Speaker McCarthy. Let's see what I'm just going to read. This is an article from NBC News. Tucker Carlson, with video provided by Speaker McCarthy, falsely depicts January 6th riot as a peaceful gathering. Wow. So they're just going to double down and maintain that January 6th was really violent. They're really going to say that people were armed just because they're holding flags. Okay. He acquired the tapes as part of a push by McCarthy to win the speaker's gavel. When McCarthy was struggling to gather the votes to lead the House, Carlson used his program to list 2 concessions he could make to win over far-right Republicans. I think most people want to see the January 6th files, not just Republicans. Schumer accuses Tucker of lying. How could he be lying if he's just showing footage? It's like, if he were lying by showing even select footage, then isn't he lying the same way that leftists and progressives and Democrats have been lying about January 6th, in the way that they are just showing select footage to push your opinion and your agenda? If anything, it's the same thing that you guys are doing. Okay, so McCarthy gave him access to 44,000 hours of security video from the deadly riot. Yeah, deadly. Ashley Babbitt was murdered, and then the other guy had a heart attack. Carlson focused Monday's segment on promoting former President Trump's narrative by showing videos of his supporters. How is that Trump's narrative if he's showing videos of supporters walking calmly around the Capitol? How is that Trump's narrative when that's literally what was happening? He asserted that other media accounts lied about the attack, claiming that while there were some bad apples, most of the rioters were peaceful, and calling them sightseers. Yeah, because that was what happened. Wow, they're really having a hard time hanging on to this. As more of this footage comes out, the left is going to have such a hard time doubling down that it was actually an aggressive day overall. About 140 officers were assaulted that day. I didn't see it. Two pipe bombs were planted nearby, but not detonated. Oh boy, they're really struggling. Carlson said on his show Monday that Democrats lied about the death of the death of the Capitol Police officer, Brian Signick. Yeah, they played him walking around after a time that he was supposedly dead. Yeah, he had a heart attack and died after January 6th. Maybe the gas or like the bear mace or whatever aggravated him. I don't know. Oh my God. They're really panicking. And before Tucker released any of his footage on his show, he checked in with Capitol Police to make sure that it was fine. In fact, they blurred out. They blurred a door inside the Capitol in response to the agency's request. So it seems like everything's on the level. Wow. Okay. So he showed footage last night and the night before. I wonder if he'll show some every night. Wow. They think that showing more of the footage is to be considered on the side of the insurrectionists. That's wild. Can't trust anybody. I wonder if he'll show more footage. Yeah, it was a stroke. Okay. You're right. It was a stroke, not a heart attack. I wonder if he got boosted. Dun, dun, dun. The left has built their empire on lies in an era where lying is going to become ever more impossible with the aid of a permanent record and instant communication. That's why censorship was such a big deal. Yeah, true. There are still some people that no matter what you tell them, they're going to believe what they want on both sides. It's hard to change your mind on something. They actually want the footage out there, but they want you to think that they don't. Why is that? Why would they actually want the footage out there? How would that help the Democrats? Oh my God, I'm not trying to blow my nose on camera. Okay. Oh, it was pre-jab. Narrative building, regardless of truth and facts. From the last king of Norway. Thanks for the super chat. Oh yeah, they're trying to save democracy. Oh yeah, they really love democracy. Especially when it's exactly what they want. Dragon Stalin. The fact that this video footage wasn't given to defense attorneys is a Brady violation, and the prosecutors should be disbarred. Yeah, that's wild. They should have all of the footage. Hi, Welsh. Hi, Fieldy. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Razor Ramen? Will you ever do a show in Colorado? I would love to. It's been a couple years since I've done something in Colorado. I was at the Boulder Brewing Company, I think. It was like a Boulder beer garden. And I did a show there. God, it was a few years ago. It was probably pre-2020. So it's definitely time to go back. It'd be cool to do it with like a ski trip or something. Because I didn't go snowboarding at all this season, and it's like a small piece of my heart has like died. Because I like snowboarding. It's just the conditions have been so horrible. Like the last 2 years, they were so horrible. This year, we were kind of like, why bother? Okay. So Blair White and this girl, Morgan Ariel, have been beefing. They have been beefing on Twitter. And it's so funny. I think it's getting to this girl because her first video was this TikTok here. I think I showed it on the show where Morgan was just like, Blair's trying to trick men. She's the worst. God hates her. And then Blair made fun of her looks. And then in this response video, she's all done up. Her hair is done. Her makeup is done. Like clearly that bothered her, which cracks me up. So here's Morgan's response to Blair's response. Blair Witch Project is mad that I'm something Ms. Blair White will never be a real biological woman. Misogynistic much? Keep mocking God and his daughters. I said what needed to be said. Conservatives aren't conserving anything when they attack a woman and defend a man in drag. I don't know. I think people are criticizing her because she's being cunty about it.
Conservatives are playing a dangerous game, playing along with this insanity, thirst trapping straight men into having sexual thoughts about the same sex while counterfeiting as a woman is wicked. Please repent, Blair White. And she has a little green screen looking like shit. I would never.
I love how petty, funny, but she also did look like shit. And this clearly bothered her. The comments bothered her, which is why in this video she's completely made up. Like, may have paid to get her hair and makeup done. That's how much that comment bothered her.
If I was trying to diss someone who looked hotter than me, I would never show up on camera with my hair in a messy bun looking like shit to do it. Just saying, I would try to look my best.
Robert, what?
And then she's so salty about this. Her feelings are so hurt that she's like uses this as another opportunity to bring up old photos of Blair, her old name. She's so salty. Like what honestly, like what effect does Blair have on her life? This is interesting. Because on one hand, if you believe that the trans agenda overall is preying on confused young boys and girls, there is an evil element to it for sure. But I'm somebody who believes, like, I don't hate all trans people just because that's how they want to live their life. If you're an adult and you're not bothering anybody and you want to go do that, like, good for you. I only really get triggered and upset when they kind of seem to be coming for kids. But if you're like a real staunch conservative, I could see you being wholly against all kinds of trans people. So that's clearly where this girl's beliefs lie. I just think if she knew, I'm not saying if she really believes this way, she needs to change her beliefs just because Blair is like one of the good ones, or Blair believes in a lot of other conservative causes and is just overall, I think, a force of good. But you know what? If she wants to stick to her beliefs, like, cool. But I just don't think Blair is like really bothering anybody. In fact, I think she does mostly good. I can't think of anything Blair has done or said that's been super problematic. I think she, no pun intended, like has balls and sticks up for people and fights for the right causes. So I just don't think that like attacking Blair is like the most productive use of somebody's time if they are like a staunch conservative. Because Blair's not hosting like drag queen story hour.
White. I believe that is your biological name. These are pictures of you as
Maybe she's trying to be like female Matt Walsh, because Matt Walsh got so much attention when he went after Dylan Mulvaney. I think maybe she's trying to do something similar and gain like similar levels of attention.
biological man, because your entire existence is built on lies. And it's just actually really sad and pathetic that you think I'm trying to diss you when all I'm trying to do is help save your soul from eternal.
You're not trying to save her soul. If you were trying to save her soul, you would message her privately. You wouldn't do all of this public and splashy like this.
Damnation, because if you continue down this path, that's exactly where you're going, especially while you're trying to deceive God's children. And for anybody who says
deceive God's children, Blair's like engaged. She's not trying to snatch up anybody's boyfriend.
That they don't care about this biological man posing as a woman as long as they're helping save the children. Let me kindly remind you that anybody that's in Christ is God's child, and he cares about all of his children. So anytime there is a devil trying to infiltrate and attack his children, and
Blair is not trying to infiltrate shit. She's not attacking anybody. Literally, like, she's just defending herself from you because you've decided to make an enemy of her for some reason. I don't know. To me, it sounds like, and other people have said this too, maybe she caught her boyfriend or husband like looking at pictures of Blair or thinking she's hot. Because I understand the female brain, and the only reason someone would go after her this hard is because, you know what I mean? She's insecure because she kind of looks like Blair.
Lead them into an abominable act such as sodomy. God's not going to play that game. So, Robert, you can attack a biological woman's looks all you want. It just further exposes you for the man that you are, because
she's not attacking your looks like out of nowhere. You attacked Blair first. Don't give me this BS that you're trying to save Blair's soul. Like, Blair's doing fine. Blair's doing just fine, and she's a force of good. And I think that's I'm not trying to like say that I'm better than this girl or that like my beliefs are better than hers, but it's such a waste of time to go after Blair. And if you knew the first thing about her, you wouldn't be attacking her like this. It's just, You're not gonna you're not gonna change Blair's mind. You're not gonna like talk her out of being presenting as a female. Like, what's your actual goal here, lady?
Real women are not defined by heels, makeup, extensions, fake boobs, and broken noses. And we have days where we don't wear makeup because we're busy raising children.
Oh my God, she's so offended by the comments that Blair made. Some of us don't wear makeup because we're busy, right? Busy being a real woman. This is also hypocritical for her to say here too. Like, being a woman is not about extensions and fake tits. Hello, how many biological women are getting extensions and fake tits?
Exposes you for the man that you are, because real women are not defined by heels, makeup,
but here you are wearing makeup, Morgan. So you clearly got hurt by an insult, by a comment that Blair made that you were not made up. Now you're here totally made up. Which one is it?
extensions, fake boobs, and broken noses. And we have days where we don't wear makeup.
We have days where we don't wear makeup. We're busy. Look at me. I'm pretty now.
Because we're busy raising children and doing.
I have children because I'm a biological woman.
Things that women do. And at the end of the day, the only person who's going to have to live with themselves is you. You're still just going to be a wannabe chick with a dick. God bless.
Yeah, God bless. She's so good at sending. Jesus and God are so proud of her right now. Like, she's really sending the message. I hope she has a youth group somewhere, because she really is such a leader. I think, didn't Jesus hang out with all types of people? Like, if there were trans people back in Jesus's day, I think he would have hung with them, because didn't he hang out with like lepers and all types, and he wasn't picky? No? She's very mad. She makes God a hateful being, like a mean girl, kind of. Blair is not trying to get into any space where she's not welcomed. I think she's probably jealous of how good looking she is. She's probably like, damn, Blair looks a lot like me. And if she is trying to get into like the podcasting space or get more famous, she is probably jealous that Blair has worked with the likes of, like Tim Pool and Alex Jones and just about everybody. And that she's beloved. But also, that's what I love about Blair, is like Blair doesn't need anybody standing up for her either. She can take care of herself. She can defend herself. She's probably just like laughing at this girl. Right, Muffin? Oh, that's Muffin. Hi, Muffin. Hello. Oh, it's Muffin. It's Muffin. It's Muffin. Hello. Hello, it's Muffin. Say hi, Muffin. Say hi. You smell so clean. You smell so clean, Muff. All right, I'm putting you down. Okay. Okay. I moved the Wi-Fi cord because everybody was tripping over it. Instead of going this way, it now goes this way. It goes over the back of my chair. Yeah, I should have done that months ago. Jesus tells us to love everyone, even the whores and the homosexuals, but it's so hard. It's so hard because they keep doing it over and over again. Marianne from Easy A. Like, if you're going to pick on trans people to fight, why is Blair your number one? It's because she happens to also be really hot and that triggers you. Pick someone who's actually out there doing harm. Muffin is lovely. Oh. Staunchly conservative people are just going to have to accept the rest of us right-wingers. It's going to get crowded until we defeat the far left. True. Like, just use your common sense, girl. Like, Morgan, I want to be on your side, but when you go after Blair White, someone who I know and have met personally and is a great person, it's kind of, it makes me question your motives. It makes me question, it looks like an obvious virtue signal. And it looks like you're jealous. I'll be praying for your sad and sorry lost soul. I don't believe you, Morgan. Sorry. You're not coming at me with Christian energy. You're coming at me with very judgy energy. And to all the conservatives who claim they are Christians, who are feeding into this strong delusion or propping this man up, you better keep your eyes, mind, and hearts in check. Or else what, Morgan? Like, we're all adults here. We can see who has good intentions and who has bad intentions. I think it's pretty delusional to try and pretend that, like, there's going to be no trans people. If that's your goal, you're wasting your breath. I think it's fair to draw the line at kids, though. Allowing the enemy to have a seat at your table is not wise. Take no part. And also, like, there were trans people before Blair White. Come on. There have always been trans people. Allowing the enemy to have a seat at your table is not wise. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Yeah, everybody, Blair herself is not going around saying she's a biological woman. Also, she's got a man. I love when religious people say the most foul, vile things to someone and then follow up with praying for your sad and sorry lost soul. No, you're not. And you're deceiving God's children by saying that. Don't tell me what I'm doing. You're not with me in the secret place. What? Is that what she calls her coochie? Blair Witch Project. The devil is in the details. He exposes himself. Blair has never once tried to like show themselves as a biological woman. Blair does not hide anything about being biologically male. Watch the videos. This video kind of gives me the ick. This is from Lauren Southern. Blair isn't a biological woman, obviously, and you look fine in a messy bun, but it's hard to believe you're trying to save anyone's soul with this level of condescension. Yes. Yes, Lauren Southern. Very condescending, very judgy, very shitty tone coming from this woman who's obviously triggered and insecure. Soul saving aside, supporters of his keep saying, oh, but he knows he's not a biological woman. And yet women saying just that and asserting their boundaries with him using female facilities have been on the end of vicious attacks. Blair doesn't go into women's locker rooms. I think she said that she will go to the gym or whatever and then just go home. I don't like the vicious attacks on anyone. Just setting the boundaries like that, of course. The way people set boundaries or frame their opposition will set the tone for all future debate. It's not done in a firm but earnest way. It will just be mocked as partisan zealotry. Woo! Lauren's so smart sometimes. She's like too smart for me, but I get it. The funny part about this is you took Blair's criticism to heart and made sure to do your hair and makeup and find the perfect car lighting. See? Only another woman would notice that. Shout out to Christina Buttons. I noticed that right away. I was like, somebody got made up to do this response video. Is it based? I guess. Technically, it's based, but it's kind of a waste of time. I think she's going after Blair White for attention, to get followers. Blair White has just hit 500K followers on Twitter. How many does Morgan Ariel have? Less than 5,000. She's got 4,600. She's a TP USA rep. Oof, that's not a good look. And she's going after, yeah. She's just trying to get in with the hardcore Christian conservatives. Why is she giving Blair White shit for posting thirst traps? Look at this. I mean, like, oh, look, I'm in front of a tank. She posts thirst traps. Isn't that not a very Christian thing to do, is to post thirst traps and try, you know what I mean? Like, there could be married men looking at photos of you, Morgan, and you're trying to tempt them away from their significant other. What a hypocrite this woman is. These are thirst traps. What are you gonna, like, shit on people for looking good and posting photos of them looking good? You do the exact same thing. My goodness, what a hypocrite. Wow. Yeah, it's funny. All her videos after this one now, she's got suddenly makeup for all of them and her hair done. Oh, I thought you had kids and you don't have time to always do your makeup. Well, you seem to have time now after Blair called you frumpy. It's fun when people are transparent. Wow, what a hypocrite. Blair posting thirst traps. What do you think this is? I can't. That's not very Christian and conservative of you. People are funny. R. James, as a conservative leaning atheist, I get the slippery slope argument against accepting the Blair's kind as normal, but the religious zealotry loses me. We need a big tent to defeat the leftists. Yeah. It's zeroing in on such a small, unnecessary fight. She does the exact same thing, but Blair does it better. That's why she's salty. Yep. Mm-hmm. Judge a person by the color of their skin or beliefs, but by the content of their character. Wise words. Another clout goblin, maybe. Yeah, how interesting that this girl happens to go after Blair White with a huge following who looks very similar to her as her target. I think she wants to glom on to her followers, or she at least wants to get the attention of the Blair haters, which I guess it's kind of a smart move, but it's definitely not genuine. And it's definitely not, she's not coming at me like Christianity first. Let's see you in a cardigan. Okay, let's see you in sensible, not form-fitting clothing. And then I'll be like, look at this good Christian woman here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Since we're on the topic of Mean Girls, I thought this was a good article. Okay. New York Post. There's a scientific reason why Mean Girls are so popular. This was a great movie. There could be a reason characters like Regina George from the film Mean Girls are put on a pedestal by their peers. A recent study found that both women and men prefer when their friends are vicious towards their enemies. The study, published in Elsevier's Evolution of Human Behavior, explained that the benefits of friendship depend in part on how much one's friends value oneself relative to others, and thus that a friend's behavior towards others can influence one's own outcomes. Okay. So they're basically equating bitchiness to self-respect or how much you value yourself. Researchers at Oklahoma State University surveyed 1,183 individuals in a student and non-student communities in the U.S. and non-student communities in India to analyze what behaviors they preferred in a same-sex best friend. Participants were asked to rate how much they would like to see certain behaviors such as kindness, trustworthiness, viciousness, indifference, exploitative behavior, similarity, physical proximity, familiarity, and impartiality in a conflict in a best friend from a scale from 1 to 7. Look at this diverse friend group. People want friends who are kind and trustworthy to them, but vicious to their rivals. I notice like a lot of my friends do that. Like they'll actually come out and stick up for people, especially on social media. The results suggested that while people generally want friends to be kinder and more trustworthy, they sometimes prefer friends who are more vicious or at the very least indifferent towards their enemies. This revealed that many people prefer friends who are kind to them as strangers, but that they'll forgive unkind behaviors when the vitriol is directed at their adversaries. People also cared a bit. This makes sense for why, like, when Venti she still is locked out of her Twitter account, but when it was more of a topic that everyone was talking about, when Venti was kind of like down here, she's locked out of her account. That's why you started to see other people who hate Venti for other random reasons from years past kind of come up out of the woodwork and start running their mouths like, ooh, this person we hate is down right now. Like, now it's my time to shine. It's very petty. People also cared a bit more about how nicely their friends treated them versus how they treated strangers. The experts said this because these people behave in ways that maximize the friendship benefits by both supporting their friends and undermining their rivals. Previous research has shown that people believe they can be harmed when their enemies benefit and benefit when their enemies are harmed. Wow. I don't really have enemies, but like if people show themselves to be I guess when people show themselves that they think I'm an enemy of theirs, I kind of just cut off and become indifferent. I don't think like, ooh, how can I just don't have time for that. Researchers note that this aligns with why most people choose to have friends for preferential support. Most people who look for a ride or die will choose them over others, help them knock their enemies down, and will also uplift them. Choosing and maintaining friendships are a vital part of life and have been proven to benefit one's physical and mental health. Having just one conversation with a bud per day could boost one's well-being, according to a published. We don't need papers. We know that. The study found that those who engaged in any type of communication throughout their day reported higher qualities of well-being and happiness, especially increased feelings of connection and decreased stress compared to those who ghosted their friends that day. So go call your best friend and see how vicious they can get when talking about your ex or horrible boss. It could benefit your friendship and health, according to science. Yeah, I think as people respond to and appreciate loyalty. I don't know if mean girls is the right word for it. Right. Because this comment, I kind of agree with this comment. Mean girls will also stab their friends in the back in a heartbeat. They don't have boundaries and who they will step on. I think they just said mean girls to help, move this article. So really, it comes down to confidence in yourself and loyalty to your friends. Because if you have no confidence in yourself, you're not going to go to bat for somebody, definitely on social media, to stand up for them. That makes sense. Clickbait. Yeah, Brittany she's still definitely on YouTube. Is she going live much lately? Often the enemy of my enemy is my other enemy. Venti lucked out with Blue. She's constantly looking for someone to expose. I think she just hates liars and she can sniff them out really well. She doesn't like inauthentic people. And she's like, her bullshit meter is very sensitive. Oh my God, I missed some super chats. Let me scroll up and read them. I'm thirsty. Okay. Dia, look, Evie Taxel, thanks for the super chat. As a trans woman, atheist, anarchist, Trump voter who is with Molyneux on objective morality, it's really important to know your true enemies. Be kind. Yeah. Wow, look at this diverse audience I'm attracting. This is great. Last king of Norway. Thanks for the Norway bucks. The religious right have always been the religious right. That'll never change, and I don't think anyone ever assumed that it would. However, it doesn't mean that they are wrong in their overall assessment. I guess, like, what's more important right now, being right or fixing things in society, fixing systems? Captain Hyrule, thanks for this super chat. I was watching your last Simcast episode and I got to the part where y'all talked about dreams. I once had a nightmare where I had a big stomach wound and I was trying to keep my guts from falling out. Whoa. Looking it up. Looking it up. Wound? Would this be under wound? It's fun to say wound. Wound, wound, wound. What could it mean? What do you think it means? Do you know if you have a dream about playing whack-a-mole? It means you have feelings that are threatening to surface from your subconscious. Okay. I think maybe it means something about being too like you're afraid of being too vulnerable. Oh my God, do they not have wound? Okay, here we go. Here's your wound dream meaning. To dream that you are wounded signifies grief, anger, or distress. You need to slow down and take time to heal. Consider the location, size, and type of wound. Alternatively, the dream may be a metaphor that you are all wound up or tense about a situation. What? That's weird. I think it's the first one. Grief, anger, distress. Okay. I hope that helps. You're wounded. This is what I agree with Frank. She caught her husband fapping it to Blair. Oh my God. Yeah. Because why randomly go after her? Or you just really superficially want her audience, like want her followers? Sorry, I'm yawning. It's not you, it's me. Holy shit, I had a dream last night. I was knifed. I am under a lot of stress right now. See? I didn't have a dream. Actually, I did have a dream. I woke up, but I didn't remember it. It was a little bit of a stress dream. Okay. I always love when people fuck up on Wheel of Fortune. It's one of my favorite things. Wheel of Fortune contestants flub costs her $1 million prize and a trip. She felt the heat. Wheel of Fortune fans were astounded. When was this? When did this happen? A couple days ago. Wheel of Fortune fans were astounded by a player's unfortunate puzzle-solving skills that prevented her from winning life-changing money on Friday's episode of the long-running game show. Contestant Mickey was only 3 letters away from completing a puzzle in the thing category, and she had already landed on the $1 million wedge as well as a vacation to Croatia. The Louisiana native had the live studio audience's support as she was instructed by longtime host Pat Sajak to pick another letter. The board read a roaring fire in the fire blank blank a blank e. The unsolved word was fireplace, but Mickey audibly disappointed the live studio audience when she asked Sajak to put an S on the board, which sounded off the incorrect buzzer answer. S. You got the reaction. No S, I'm sorry, Sajak said of the crowd's dismay. Mickey messed up had one wheel fan wondering on Twitter whether hers was better or worse than the other recent blunders. Wheel of Fortune poll, worst flub in recent memory. One user surveyed the internet referring to an incorrect guess during Teen Week. Frag Fireplace, I'd go B since it changed the entire game. Wait, let me click on this. Was this the one with the guy? Oh,
Okay, what letter for you?
I'll go with a G.
fuck. Idiot.
Juliana, it's your turn.
People. That's funny. On that episode, contestant Cushy was one letter away from a trip to Antigua when she incorrectly solved the board that read Fred, tropical fruit. Twitter users accused the teen of zoning out and missing the seemingly obvious fresh. The Freg, tropical fruit one also changed the game. It was a prize puzzle, so she missed out on a vacation. A contestant can compete for $1 million in the bonus round if they land on the $1 million wedge during regular gameplay, solving the puzzle and win the game. That amount is placed in one of the bonus round envelopes. The show's official TikTok page revealed last week that only 3 contestants have ever won the $1 million prize. The current version of the series has aired since 1983. Also last week, Wheel fans roasted a contestant for her lack of knowledge on cheesy bagel toppings. Hold on. How did you not know this was bagels and lox? Like, you don't even need these other words. Oh, okay. Huh. Where's this woman from? She's from Florida. Okay. Okay. So she has no experience in New York. Bagels and lox. Maybe she's not around a lot of Jews. Because they love that bagels and lox. Angie Gauntney. She's from North DeLand, Florida. She didn't know what bagels and lox were. Yep, it was the New York Jewish community that popularized lox on a bagel with cream cheese. It's pretty good. Bagels are bagels. It's a lot of bread. Wow. That's so embarrassing. What is lox? Never heard of it. I've seen much worse Wheel of Fortune screw-ups, one user noted. I would never show my face again if they guessed low instead of lox. My dad and I were appalled. My mom was more understanding, but I feel like Florida has so many New York transplants. She should have known. Yes, she should have known. That's unacceptable for Florida. I was thinking, like, is she from maybe like the middle of the country or something? The absolute verbal abuse my mom and I screamed at this lady on the Wheel of Fortune who didn't know what lox was. Oh, man. There was a guy, I think like an Indian guy, who was trying to solve the puzzle, and all the letters were there, and he just pronounced it way wrong, and that was enough for him to lose. That was shocking. It was some kind of like ancient Greece or ancient Greek title of a play or something. Wow. Bum, bum, bum. Embarrassing. Do you guys remember what it was? Bagels and lox. Imagine if she was actually Jewish. That would be they'd have to cast her out. They'd have to be like, sorry, you have to go be Methodist now. You had a teacher that was on Jeopardy in the 80s. That's awesome. You know what I wish I had the footage of? My sister did Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego when she was like in 7th or 8th grade. And she was second. I think she was runner up. And the question she got wrong was, where is Bryce Canyon? So for years, we would roast her about that. Bryce Canyon is in Utah. And I think she said Nevada. Wah, wah. It's okay. She just missed out on a trip to Mexico. Big deal. You can go to Mexico anytime. And what fun is a kid going to have in Mexico? You can't drink yet. What's the point? But it's still really cool that she actually, both my brother and sister were on TV before me. I was the last Mayr child to get TV credits. My brother was on College Jeopardy, and my sister was on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Because they were nerds. Oh, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to get that footage. I did go with my sister. I think we were backstage. Yeah. How old was I? If she was in 8th grade, I might have been in 5th or 6th grade. And I didn't get to see my brother. I didn't go with him in Jeopardy because it was College Jeopardy. And I was in high school at the time still. Yeah, I am jealous of their fame. It's all good. Achilles, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. This was it. The guy mispronounced Achilles on Wheel of Fortune, and he missed the prize. He said Achilles. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. It was like he looked retarded. Oh. Disheveled morning, Chrissy. I really tried today. No, I didn't. I mean, I did makeup. I did not do hair. This is unbrushed. I brushed. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not jealous of the fame. I'm kidding around with you guys. I thought it was pretty cool that they got on for their brain power. Wee! I'm still getting over Monday night. We were out drinking pretty late. But guys, tune in later because we have Sovereign Bra, aka Chase, from the Whatever podcast at 5:00, and we got Allie Ray at 9:00. So buckle up. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, maybe I'll go watch the old Tucker Carlson show. I'll see what January 6th footage he played. This was fun, guys. It's Wednesday, so we're halfway through the week. Does anybody have any good weekend plans coming up? We're doing like a friend hang on Saturday, but that's it. Cecil, oh my God, yeah. I'm gonna see if Cecil's really gonna get Holly Hendricks on the Jack show either this Thursday or next Thursday. He said he didn't want to like tank Anna's channel, which is why he might not bring her on this Thursday. It's so funny. He's so funny. All right, you guys are the best. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys